Here are my top 10 SMGs in Codm Season 11. But first, let's check out the underrated ones. For the underrated aggressive SMGs, we got the Pipish and the good old Ruse. With the PPSH, you have the fastest SMG in the game, alongside with some pretty nasty TTK at mid and close ranges. Definitely a fun option nonetheless. Now for the RUS, this thing is a complete menace up close. The TTK up close is definitely competitive also, alongside the crazy strafe speed that ya boy can definitely control. The only con is there's just a plethora of meta SMGs for this to be considered meta. But regardless, this thing is very viable, man. Now if you're looking to beam across the map with SMGs, and I got the guns for you, it's the SMC and the Coaxer. Quack quack quack. Fight me on this one, man. The MSMC is how the rush should be, and the rush should be how the MSMC should be. It has some crazy good range along some neat TTK up close. The moment you master the recoil, then you're definitely got another AR SMG childbirth. Oh, the QXR is special, cause this one is criminally underrated, cause the range is definitely competitive on this one. Just don't use the Battle Pass Pay-to-Win sights, cause somehow it adds up to the recoil. But the default one could beam you from Philippines to the United States. Now it's time for the top 10. At number 10, we got the forgotten HG40. This was meta a bunch of seasons ago and it remained untouched. The only reason it is unused is because the Fennec exists. The hipfire is absolutely accurate with this one, alongside a pretty nasty movement speed and an assault rifle kind of BSA. This one is considerably flexible because it can go passive, it can go aggressive. It all ends up on how badass the user can be. No, you will not be destroyed by meta abusers. Regardless if it's the Switchblade or CX-9, you have a chance. Make sure to hit your shots accurately because the velocity is not so friendly. And also life tip, make sure to help them to pop the nipples. For number 9, it's not your mama, it's definitely not your papa, cause it's the Lapa. The Lapa is what I believe the new upcoming meta SMG. Currently it's still not there yet, but it's still a very viable gun this season that I suggest you guys should try out. I actually made a video about it yesterday, so yeah, make sure to check that out and witness mid gameplays. The range is very nasty with this one, like really nasty. The visual recoil is kinda nasty too. It's something no man can control, only get used to. By the way, if you're still here, you got some good taste. So why not hit the like button or subscribe along the way? Kamusta? For this one, we're going with something flexible. Your boy has 26,000 kills with it while mostly playing S&D. It's the CBR. You already know this is coming, bruh. At today's current balanced state, the CBR remains as one of the most flexible guns this season. With good range alongside with little to no recoil, this is definitely a pretty good opinion for tryharding. Only downside is the BSA is ass. But, if you want a similar option like the CBR, then use the AGR. Man, you have no idea how much I wanted to say that, bruh. Stats wise, the AGR is basically the CBR but better. The only downside is the recoil kinda kicks in this one. From TTK to swap speed to range, this is in fact better. I know a lot of you are CBR lovers, so I'll give you this one, man. The CBR is in fact easier to use in any aspect, but the AGR is simply just better overall. But one gun can surpass them both in terms of flexibility, and my man, this thing is a one-man army. My man, this thing can fight. It's the Cordite. It is in fact similar to the guns that was just mentioned, but on steroids. The only thing it lacks is skins and pay-to-win sights, because my man, it is forgotten by the devs. Also, sometimes it has some issues with bullet registration for some reason. It feels like the bullets are going through the guy. But regardless, it is definitely one hell of a gun. It might have been nerfed, but it's back like it never left. It's the Razorback. I can't confirm statistically and relevantly, but somehow it feels like the best SMG in terms of long range. It's an AR trap as an SMG, but man, does it shred at any range. I truly believe it's still viable, I truly believe it still shreds. Just try the gun out and test it for yourself. Okay, it's top 5, we gotta turn the sexy mode on. Now for the top 5, at 5 it's the Garena of SMGs, one of the easiest guns to use. It's the PP Bison. The PP19 might be the easiest gun to use, but applied with the right amount of skills, this thing will destroy anything at its way. It is known for its beams at range, but it is also very viable up close. Mastery of this just doesn't come with the aim, man. It's just a part. It also comes with the movement. Ni hao, I'm Mabel and Chow, I don't give a fuck. I'm here to represent my blood origin. It's the Pepe Pineco. I mean, for the Fennec, this doesn't need much explaining, man. Everyone knows it, everyone uses it, and everyone thinks it's the best, even though most of you all won't even touch this shit if not for the voice of China. So shout out to them things, man, for making them use the DRH. I mean, seriously, life became way easier in rank nowadays. Now let me introduce you to the Phoenix Anya. It's the Mac 10. Now this one only works if you got a P2 in sight. It's basically the Fennec, but statistically the Fennec kills faster at its own criteria. It has 3 things that the Fennec doesn't have for a rush SMG. Easier recoil, faster movement speed, and man, a way better range. While sharing almost a similar TTK, of course up close. For my mi amor mamon, we got the QQ9. Okay, I truly believe that this one is underrated in terms of range. Although regardless of its pay to win or nah, it takes actual skill to perform decently at range with this one. Not to mention its absurd capabilities for rushing. It is in fact the most used gun that is underrated in its overall capabilities, man. Now for the best SMG for aggressive gameplay, it's the Switchblade. Easy to use alongside its flexibility. It is one of the most used SMGs in Codm rank right now because of how good the crazy gun is. It can beam, it can break screens, what more could you ask for? The Switchblade remains to be the best SMG. Or is it really? Now it's time for the real deal. It's the CX9. One word. Accuracy. If you can hit your shots, pay to win or not, this will be in fact better than the Switchblade. If you beg to differ, then the logic of the Fennec being a competitive gun will also be invalid. So yeah, take your pick. Now for the best SMG in the game, it's none other than the PDW. If you haven't tried this one, then you're totally missing out. It is the best SMG in the game. It is the king in terms of flexibility. It can beam, it can slay, it can destroy. If you're even missing the prime CBR, then this one is the one, but better. No recoil, light as fuck. I have zero complaints about this one, man. Because this one is actually, it's basically an AR and an SMG all in one gun. It will beat the Swish up close and can also stand out to beam against meta ARs at best. So yeah, this one is definitely busted. So busted that the video ended and you might as well, subscribe.